Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Austin. Hello, Mickey. Wait, that's my notification. It sure is. I'm live. Never have known if I didn't get my notification. Hello, Penny. Oh, Dino, you want to say hello? Okay. Dino wants to say hello. Look at the camera, Dino. Okay. Guess Dino wants to get down. Hello, Sue. It's a cloudy day today, but we haven't got any rain today. It's supposed to be coming, though. They're saying a little rain this evening, overnight. I think tomorrow there's a chance of showers and thunderstorms, but not predicting anything too bad. Hello, Charlene. And we dodged major storms the other day. But I covered my van up, covered the windshield up on that, picked up my hose. Most of the stuff I already had under cover. I got all that picked up just in case. Hello, Haig. Because they were saying there was a potential for some pretty nasty weather. But as it turned out, we didn't get it here. Other areas did, though, so it definitely was out there. I missed out on the northern lights. Because where we are here, there's trees close by. So I couldn't get a real good view. To the northwest, there was a faint reddish glow up in the sky over top of the trees. But unfortunately, I'd had some beverages Friday night, so I couldn't drive down the road where I could have got a better view. I tried that last night, but it was too cloudy last night. And now they're saying tonight is going to be as good as it was Friday night, but it's going to be cloudy again tonight. Yep, that's right, Penny. That's good, cheap insurance, though. Because every time I've covered my windshield, nothing's happened. But that was just too expensive, that storm in March. Broke my windshield, ruined my hose, and a lot of other stuff. You figure all the damage that did just to my stuff would probably, I would say, at least $600 or $700 worth of damage. I didn't get everything replaced, but I had to replace the windshield and the hose. That right there alone, those two items, was over $400. Hello, Texas Homegrown Girl. Hello, SL Penny. Right now, it's just cloudy. And we haven't been getting the storms here that they have in other parts of the state and the surrounding states. We're supposed to get a little bit of rain and a chance of thunderstorms, but nothing severe is predicted. Hello, Big Family Expedition. Well, I got my shipment of replacement chicks on Friday. And again, the Postal Service took 3 days to ship them from Texas. But this time, only one of them died. 1 out of the 8. Actually, 6 of them were replacement chicks, but they won't ship with fewer than 8. So I bought 2 extra Buff Orpingtons, and one of the Buff Orpingtons died. So I have to contact the hatchery tomorrow, and then they'll reimburse me for that one. But the rest, the ones I got last week, they're all doing real well. And I think we're going to be okay with the ones I just got too. Because the 7 I have left, they seem to be up, moving around, and quite perky. So I think they're going to be okay. Hello, Estella. I don't think I missed anyone coming in. If I did, just say something again. I did put some pictures up yesterday of the chicks. Right now, that's for members only. Then in a few days, I'll make them public. But I haven't been doing a lot other than the shout outs for the members. So I wanted to give the members early access to that. But I'll be getting a video out of the chicks, so you'll be able to see them, and I will show some tonight. We've only got 13 people in here now, so when a few more people get in here, I'll pull out 2 or 3 of the chicks and show them. I love the coloring on these Easter eggers. Hello, DJ Turneroo. Yeah, I've got more Easter eggers than any of the other breed because each one of the Easter eggers is different. And I love the different colors of them. Plus, I want to have a better chance of having ones that lay blue eggs. So altogether, I've got 10 Easter eggers now. So I'm hoping at least half of them lay blue eggs. And then I'm not sure about my Easter egger cockerel. I don't know if he's got the blue egg gene or not. I could get him tested, but I guess that's about $30, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll just have to wait a couple years and see on that. The only way to tell is start hatching out blue eggs and then see what the pulls to hatch out, what color eggs they lay. I think they might sell better, Estella, because not everyone. Some people could care less what color they are, but a lot of people do like certain colors. Like I myself would have to say the blue eggs are my favorite. And I do like the dark brown eggs also. I used to not be too fond of the olive colored eggs until Jeff was showing me his olive eggs in person. When you see them in person, they're a nice egg also. So if I find someone that really likes the colored eggs, they would be more likely to buy them. Yep, it is, DJ. See, I've got, from my oldest birds that be turning 3 years old on June 1st, right down to my youngest chicks, I've got a total of 43 right now. Oh, the blue eggs are just my favorite for seeing the eggshells. Because what's inside the eggs, that depends more on what they're eating than anything else. The color of the shell doesn't affect how the eggs taste or how the inside looks or anything. That depends on what they're eating. And the more bugs and worms and stuff that they eat, the brighter orange they'll be. And if they're eating just strictly chicken feed, like the commercial eggs that you're buying in the store, they're more yellow because all they're eating is just commercial feed. I also will show that in a video sometime. In fact, I'll probably, just so I can compare them, I'll go to the store and buy a dozen eggs. And then I'll be able to break them open and show the difference in them. Mine don't have a big area to free range in right now. So I'm not getting as much of an orangish egg as I would if they had a bigger area. But they will be having a bigger area once I get moved. In fact, I stopped over to the house a few days ago and was looking around in the yard and did some measuring on the porch to see what I'm going to need for hardware cloth to make the catio. And I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do with the catio now. But when I was looking over the chicken coop, I see that the biggest section of that has got a big door in it, walk-through door, and on the end, it's got a door for chickens to go through. And then there's a chicken door in between the main part of the chicken coop and the smaller part, which is partially enclosed, but that's more open to the elements there. But I can easily partition off that big part and have 3 flocks of chickens in there with no problem. So I'm going to be all set. I just have to In fact, one section does have fencing up there from years ago before Jeff bought the place. I have to take a closer look at that, see if that's anything I can repair or if I just have to redo it. All I got to do is just get the fencing up, and then I'll be set to put 3 flocks in there. Yeah, these Easter egger chicks, some of them are really beautiful. Well, all chicks are, but these Easter eggers have some pretty good color in here. Well, I said when there were 13 people in here, I would show them when a few more people got in, and then a couple people left. So I'm going to go ahead and show a couple of the chicks now. And if more people come in later, then I'll show the chicks again. And I guess I got the zip tie on a little too tight. Quite a time getting that undone. Couldn't get the scissors in there to cut it, but I got it. Oh, where's my prettiest Easter egger? Oh, there she is. Yeah, I love the colors on this one. You okay, honey? You're okay. You okay? Wings are feathering in nice there. Then, of course, the back will change, but that's the color right now. Don't know exactly what they'll be when it feathers in. Here's one of the Rhode Island Reds. They start feathering in kind of funny because that's not the color of the adult feathers. Now I was kind of questioning whether or not they're actually Rhode Island Reds. So I watched a few YouTube videos, and one of them I watched was someone's been raising Rhode Island Reds for 13 years. And they had week-old chicks that were starting to feather in exactly like these are. This one might be the cockerel. I have to look them all over, see them all at once. But 80% of the time, they say the one that takes the longest for the wing feathers and tail feathers to come in will be a cockerel. And that's the one that seems to be a little bit behind the rest of them. Oh, come on, guys. Oh, they're not being real cooperative now. Okay, I got one of the Buff Orpingtons. And the funny thing about the Buff Orpingtons is as chicks, they're smaller than the rest of them. And then at some point, I forgot when it is, then they'll go past the rest of them. As adults, the Buff Orpingtons are the biggest ones. But it's funny how when they're younger, they're the smallest. It takes them a little bit longer to grow up. And the weird thing is, Easter eggers are one of the smaller ones as adults, but as chicks, they're the biggest. Now I gotta go back and see all the comments I missed while I was showing the chicks. Well, you're welcome, DJ. I don't have a problem doing that at all. Haig, I won't be using a solar electric fencer, but I am thinking about using my solar panels. But I've got to get a charge controller and new batteries before I can use that. And then produce some electricity and then run the charger off from that. Because the actual solar chargers, they don't put out as much of a zap as the ones that are actually plugged into electricity. But if I charge up my batteries with solar panels, that would be the same as having it plugged right into the grid. So that I may do. Hello, Sassy777. Hello, Bowen. Oh, not a problem. Check back in when you're done with dinner. I might still be here. But it's good to see you around again, Bowen. I know you were sick for quite a while there. Glad you're feeling better. Hello, Jennifer Ocean Homestead. Hello, the chicken. Yeah, I hope you get a few more views on that, what is it, 65-minute long video? I shared that out today, hoping you get some more views on that. And I know you put a lot of work into that. Okay, Jennifer. Well, I just showed the chicks. I don't know if you saw that or not. But later on in the live, I'll be showing some chicks again. I stopped over to my house and looked around a little bit, measured the porch so I would have a better idea of planning for the catio, and looked over the chicken coop, got that figured out. I really didn't miss too much at this point. Yeah, I can understand where you were disappointed over that. Yeah, because 100 hours is a lot of time to put in a video to only get 30 views on it. What else? Well, the bigger chickens are all doing good. When I was out there today feeding, watering them, Earl decided to try his luck. He didn't come at me hard, but he ran in the back of my legs, and it was enough to get him a bath. I turned the hose on him, and he backed right off after that. I just want to make sure he knows I'm not going to put up with it. But he wasn't trying to hurt me. I think he was just testing to see if I'd let him get away with it. Like I said, he didn't break the skin or anything. He just caught me off guard and came running right up behind me. Hello, Dennis Bigfoot. Hello, Jackie's Kitchen and More. Your chickens are fairly easy to raise. The biggest thing, if you're getting day-old chicks, there's a few things you need to know about them. Make sure you got heat for them is a big thing. And make sure your water isn't something they can drown in. Those are probably two of the biggest things right there. Well, I think Earl was a little bit agitated by his son today, because his son was trying to fight him through the fence, because they're separated now. Well, they always have been. I never have had Earl and EJ in together. And EJ likes to come at Earl through the fence. And then all of a sudden, Earl decided he was going to come after me. But I just gave him a nice squirt with the hose, and that was the end of it. He calmed right down after that. Hello, Arlene. Hello, Brett. No, I've not always raised chickens. I've only had chickens for the last 3 years. Oh, just under 3 years. 3 years next month. When I was a kid, my mom had chickens up until I was probably 8, 9, 10 years old. Then after that, I had not really been around chickens much at all. I'd seen them at other people's houses and stuff. But other than that, really wasn't around chickens until 3 years ago. Hello, Maritza's Yarns and Crafts. But right now, my plan, and there's going to be a few chickens in the pet flock, like Earl, Lucy, Alice, Rosie, EJ, and EJ's 2 pullets. I'm not going to use them for breeding, so they'll be a pet flock. But the rest of my chickens, I'm going to have 5 flocks out of them that I'm going to be using for the eggs that I'm going to be incubating. And they're going to be Buffalo Orpington, Barred Rock, Black Asterlorp, Easter Egger, and Rhode Island Red. Yep, I saw that too, Estella. I know where you saw that. That was on Jeff's video. I'm thinking that if they can't physically touch each other through the fence, that's what stops them from fighting. Because EJ, he likes to antagonize Earl terrible. Initially, what I want to do is put an electric fence around the chicken coop, and as far as it'll go out around there, and then put the 3 runs in there, and then that'll get me started. And then most likely, I'll take the enclosed run that I'm using now and set that up with an electric fence around it for these guys here when they get a little bit older. And then in the meantime, I'll start working toward being able to get them all separated into flocks that they need to go into, and have that all done by this winter. And then they'll be set probably, it depends on how they lay this winter also. But probably mid-January or so, as long as I'm getting the eggs, then I start incubating the individual breeds so I can start having chicks to sell in February. Hello, Deborah. You're not sneaking on me here? Hello, Tony. What you looking at? Domino. What you looking at, Domino? Domino can lay here and look at the chicks for hours. She just loves to lay there and watch them. But no, the cats are aggressive towards the chicks. They can't get to them anyways, but they don't even try. They just like to lay here and watch them. None of these chicks have, but my last chicks, one in particular, one of the Easter eggers, every time I opened up the brooder, she would fly out. And the cats would never go after her or anything. Yeah, those thistles are something else. I'm glad it was you and not me cutting them down, Deborah. Hello, Judy. Hello, J&B. Yep. All chickens do have different personalities. You can take 10 chickens of the same breed, and each one of them will have their own personality. I see we got 22 people in here now, so I'll grab another chick or two. Here's one of the black astrolorps. And the funny thing about these is they're always white underneath, but as adults, they're 100% black. Her feathers are even coming in white. But then after a few weeks, she'll be getting black feathers. I'd like to get the barred rock cockerel, but he's over on the other side. He doesn't like being picked up. If I stick my finger through the side of the cage, he'll come up and not really peck my finger, but you put his beak on it. Let's say that. Yes, that's right, Dennis. Chickens don't have lips. But I think I'm starting to get an idea of how I'm going to get stuff set up. I'm still not 100% sure about my perimeter fencing. I was thinking about putting up the electric poultry netting as a perimeter fence because that's easy to move. That doesn't have to be where it's going to stay forever. And also been thinking about putting up the welded wire fencing. Not everywhere, but around part of the property where I know that's where it's going to be staying. Yeah, the meetup should be fun, Judy. I'm looking forward to it. I wanted to get an invisible fence for Ginger, but the one I had picked out a couple months ago, that went out of stock, and they said they didn't know if it's going to be back or not. And I deleted that off my list, which I wish I saved it so I would know if it did come back into stock. And I can't find another one just like that, because I had a thicker perimeter wire than a lot of them do, and it didn't have to go underground. It could go underground or could be on top of the ground. And 99% of them have to go underground. And I'm really looking for something that I don't have to dig for. I can just lay on top of the ground and just bury in areas where, like in the driveway, and we're going to be walking over it so I don't get my foot caught in it. Now, the fence that Jeff uses is one of the fences I want. It's something similar to that. It's one thing I do want to get. I guess he's using the Premier One fencing. Someone was telling me the other day. I kind of like the what is it? Starklink fencing. It's the same thing. There's some minor differences, but I kind of like the Starklink. And what I may do, because in the future, right now I can just use one roll of that fence around the chickens. And then inside that, divide it into individual runs. In the future, I'm going to need more. So one thing I'm thinking about doing is using some of the electric poultry netting for a perimeter fence. Well, I just have to make sure that's not something that Ginger is going to jump over. Yeah, the Starklink fencing is very similar to the Premier one. I would have to go back and look at it to make sure I'm telling you the right thing on it. But there's a couple ways. There's a couple things about the way it's made that I did like better. Ginger's my livestock guardian dog. Well, she's a puppy, but see, she's 7 months old now. But she's going to be in charge of keeping the predators away. Yeah, I'm not going to have to worry about coyotes being 30 feet from the chickens. Ginger will take care of that. One thing coyotes don't like is livestock guardian dogs. And as soon as a livestock guardian dog starts barking at them, probably any dog, they're gone. They won't come any closer. And that's right, Brett. Ginger is great with the chickens. She actually will help get the chickens back in if any of them get out of the run. In fact, one of Deborah's roosters got out one day. Well, I sent her a message that he was out, and Ginger and two of the other pups came around and was trying to chase him back in. And before I could get out there, and before Deborah even got my message, he'd flown back over the fence, back in. And she's helping my chickens before. She'll get them cornered, so then you can just reach right down and pick them up. And she's always patrolling. I got a big picture window here that I sit in front of, and I can't see my chickens from here. I have to stand up and lean over towards the window to see my chickens. But I can look out and see a good portion of the yard, and I can see Brett and Deborah's chickens, and I can see one of the rabbit colonies from here. And you'll see Ginger just walking around the fences, and she'll go to the back perimeter fence, walk along that, go over to the rabbits. And for being that young and doing that much, I think she's going to be an exceptionally good dog. She just always out patrolling. She knows what needs to be done, and she does it. Yeah, if the dogs aren't seeing the coyotes, then that's not going to work out. But I bet you if the dogs saw them and started barking, those coyotes would have been gone. Yeah, she is, Estelle. Well, she is an awesome dog. Well, puppy. Keep calling her a dog because she acts like a full-grown dog, but she's just a puppy. Thank you, Judy. She is beautiful. Oh, no, don't let a chicken near your face. You got that right. Because if they ever start kicking, they can rip your face up pretty good with their claws. Well, tell Toby not to get scared. You start barking. No coyote won't come around. Oh, yeah, roosters can be vicious. I saw a video of a rooster going after a snake. I almost saw that in person one time, too. When I was living in New York, I had about a 4-foot milk snake heading towards my chicken run. Earl was getting all excited, making his rooster noises and stuff. And the snake decided to turn and go the other direction. But if that snake had gotten in the run, even as big as it was, I think Earl would have taken care of it. Yeah, that's a myth, Brett. I'm convinced. I've heard so many times that once a dog gets chicken, then they'll just go after chickens. I believe that to be a myth. Yeah, I've heard about chickens going after other chickens' eyes. I'm going to get some guineas also. I think I mentioned that in the last live. That's one thing I'm doing for sure. It'll be one of the first things I do once I get moved. If Atwood still has them, I'll probably get them from there. If not, I'll be ordering them from the hatchery. Because I want guineas for ticks, for one thing, and to keep snakes away. Because the ticks are terrible all around this area. They're terrible here, and they're worse yet over there where I'm going to be moving on Jeff's old property. I wasn't walking around in tall grass all that much, I walked to the front of the house, went up on the porch, did the measuring I wanted to do, and then I walked through the side yard, the side on the other side of the house from the driveway, so I had tall grass. Walked through there. I looked at my stuff that was partially under the tarp. That didn't fare too well over the winter. I walked up to the shed, took a look in at my stuff that was in there. Anything that was in the shed, that's all perfectly dry. No water got in there whatsoever, so that's good. But the stuff was under the tarp there. The table got ruined, and there was a dresser got ruined. And I'm not sure about the rest of the stuff. Looks like some water damage, but it looked like the rest of it might not be quite as bad. But the kitchen table and the dresser, they both are completely ruined. And then from there, I walked out of the chicken coop, measured up the chicken coop, looked it over, walked back to my van. And just that little bit of walking there, I had ticks all over me. I didn't realize it at the time. I was driving home. I felt something crawling on my legs. It actually felt like something on each leg crawling. Didn't think anything of it. Figured probably flies. Then after I got home, I noticed I have a tick on my arm. So I kill it. Then a few minutes later, I feel something on my leg. I look down. I have a tick crawling up my leg. So I killed that. So I'm definitely wanting some tick control. Hello, Henry Leslie, Vermont. I think I missed you when you came in. I don't remember saying hi to you. Yeah, I saw one of those speckled king snakes a couple weeks ago, Brett. It was in between my chicken run and the front perimeter fence. It was after dark, and I saw something black just outside of the chicken run. I shined my flashlight right on it so I could see it better, and it was a speckled king snake. It's a small one. It was only 18 inches, 2 feet long. Yeah, you gotta be careful with dogs around chickens. Like as good as Ginger is, I'm not just gonna turn her loose with the chickens. Everything I have read says never leave a dog less than 2 years old unattended with chickens. But I am gonna take her in with the chickens and have control of her. See how she does with them? Hello, Tiffany. And those 2 ticks I killed the other day, first 2 ticks I've had this year. But they were both still crawling. They hadn't bit me yet. But last year, I had 2 or 3 of them that was actually embedded right into me. Well, I bet that is scary, Texas homegrown girl. I wouldn't want to get chased by a pack of coyotes. I think the mattress is okay, Penny. Because that's wrapped in plastic. And obviously I didn't want to unwrap the plastic so I could check it. But I think it's okay. It really sucks about the table, though, because I love that table. Hello, MK Gaming, is that? Welcome. And thank you for sharing. Yep, I remember Deborah making that video, Brett. I didn't know what she was doing. Here she is, 20 feet from the camper, and I see her filming something on the ground. And then she told me a few minutes later what it was. I'm not sure what I'll be growing this year. But next year, I'll definitely be growing some vegetables. Well, you have a good night, Tony. But it's still going to be a while before I get moved. My understanding is Jeff's supposed to have some help moving some stuff this week. Hopefully he can get it all, but I'm not sure. I know he does still have some stuff outside that he hasn't got yet. Because I thought it was just stuff in the house. but it's not. He does have stuff in the yard. It looks like he was getting it ready to load up and take, but then he fell and hurt his hand. But he's got a couple hoses that he's got unhooked, but he didn't get them picked up and taken yet. And he had some chicken waters that he didn't take. So he definitely still does have more stuff he's got to take. Hopefully he can get that done this week, and then the one's going to fix the floor and get going on that. That shouldn't take an awful long time to do the floor. That should be a few days, I think. And then I'll just have to, after the floor is done, I'll have to find some people to help me get stuff moved in the house. And then I'm going to slowly move stuff from here over. I'm not going to try to do it all at once. I still have to get the fencing, get that set up. Then it's just going to take a while to get settled in. And gardening's going to be low on the priority list for this summer. Like, I love other stuff that I got to get done first. But next year, definitely. Yep, that's what I plan on, Brett. When she was younger and she was going under the fence to get in, she seemed to be pretty good with the chickens. But she just wanted to chase a little too much. But she wasn't getting aggressive towards them. So I'm hopeful that it won't be too bad. Yeah, it's something about raising stuff in the house. Like I say about my cats, they'll lay here and watch these chicks for hours, but they don't get aggressive towards them at all. And these chicks are in a big bird cage. They don't try to, even though they couldn't stick their paw all the way through it, they don't even try to stick their paw through it or anything. They just lay here and watch them. Yeah, I hope nothing comes after me, Texas homegrown girl, because I can't run. When I was younger, I could run pretty good short distances. If it was less than 100, 200 feet, I can make pretty good time. But any long distance running, I've never been able to do. Well, I don't think Ginger is gonna be allowing those raccoons around. I saw a raccoon yesterday, Brett. Probably 2 or 3 miles down the road. Yeah, I'll be able to get a table somewheres. In fact, I have looked on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, and if they're still available when I'm ready, there is a couple possibilities on there. Well, thank you, Henry Lissy, Vermont. I actually had 3 of these shirts made. When Sticker Mule has a sale on them, I get one. They'll have one particular color. They'll be on sale. They're $14 free shipping. I've got a gray one, this black one, and a green one. Yes, she is, Brett. Ginger is a very smart dog. And I've noticed it's business before pleasure with her. Because the other dogs can be running around, chasing each other, having a good old time. And Ginger will go out and do her patrol before she'll join in. Yeah, that very nice table. I like some of that 70s style furniture. Actually, when I was looking, I did find a couple similar to it. But one of them, the top was stained up bad on it. And I want to be able to see the table, so I don't want to put a tablecloth on it. I'll take a picture of the table and send it to you, Judy. You'll still be able to see what the table was like, but it doesn't look so great anymore. Because I'm going to be stopping over there again within the next day or two. Because another thing that I had with me when I stopped there, but I just didn't feel like walking around that day, I bought one of those thing's got a wheel on it, and you push it along, and you can measure with that. You can measure up to 10,000 feet. I'm looking for a tape measure because all my tape measures are short ones. I think I have a couple that are 12 feet. I wanted a bigger one. The one I got is either 25 or 30 feet. Anyways, when I was looking at the tape measures at the hardware store, I saw, I don't know what it's called, but measuring stick with a wheel on it. That's what we'll call it. I saw one of them there, and it wasn't priced bad. I forgot what it was. I think it was like $25, somewhere in that neighborhood. And I've always wanted one of them, so I grabbed it. It's always such a pain to use a tape measure if you want to measure like 100 feet. Take a 25-foot tape measure part of it. Then put sun down on the ground where the 25 feet is, start all over again. So this is going to be a lot better. Yeah, I hope you can get the fencing done soon, Brett. Because that's the downside to having smart dogs. If there's the slightest little fault in the fencing, they'll find it. Yeah, the 70s was a great decade. I like some of the furniture from the 70s. I love 70s music, 70s TV shows. If I was going to be stuck in one decade for the rest of my life, I'd want it to be the 1970s. Okay, Henry, you have a good night. Hello, Ark Wild Man. Yeah, just telling Brett a few minutes ago, I saw a raccoon about 2 or 3 miles down the road from here. Not down as far as where you live, but in between here and there. It was a good sized one. Right on the edge of the road. Well, actually, it's not an old Chevy van that I want. It's a Ford pickup. I I'll have one someday. Yeah, I wasn't born until 1971, so I didn't get the full experience of the 70s. But I still love that decade. In fact, if I'm looking up music to listen to on iHeartRadio or a couple other apps I've used, I try to find music from the 70s to listen to. Well, we must be the same age then, Art Wild Man. You give those puppers some chicken then, bruh. I feel old, though. When I went out to feed and water the chickens today, I always go out with my rollator, but I always take my cane with me. So when I'm taking the feeders and waters into the enclosed run, I just go in there with my cane. Well, I forgot to take my cane out with me today. So I decided to just walk in there. That was an experience. Once in a while, I will take like 2 or 3 steps throughout my cane, but it's tough, very tough. I feel like I'm gonna fall right over. Yep, I know what you mean there, Ark Wild Man. Well, I've got 22 people in here now. I know some left, others to come, so I'll grab another chick. I got him. I got the barred rock that I wanted to get before. I've got enough barred rock pullets, but originally I was going to use Earl for the rooster, but then I got thinking, he's 3 years old, and I don't want to separate him from his girl, so I'm just going to keep them together. So I got a young barred rock cockerel here. So when he gets older, he can have little barred rock pullets that I have. His wings just started feathering in a little bit. Doesn't really have the barred rock colors yet. Got a little bit of white. But he's feathering in very slowly, which I'm finding out now is what the cockerels do. They're slow to feather in. There you go, Mr. Rock. His name's going to be Mr. Rock. And then the Rhode Red cockerel is going to be Mr. Red. And the older cockerels I have, the Easter egger is Mr. Easter. The Buff Orpington is Mr. Buff. And the Black Astrolorp is Mr. Black. And I'm not going to name all the pullets. That's just too much. But it's just easy to name all the cockerels based on the breed. Well, Judy, you might be 10 years older than I am, but you get around a heck of a lot better than I do. Oh, thank you. He is cute. In a few days, I'll make those pictures public that I have up for members only right now. Boy, that's old, Judy. I see some crazy guy out there. I don't know. Should I be scared? Hello, Wanda. Yeah, I'm fading out a lot because Domino is laying up here blocking part of the light. Maybe I'll move the lamp over a little bit. Once I get moved, if I use a virtual background, I'm going to set some different lighting up so it'll work better. And I might not use a virtual background. I just don't have a good background behind me here in the camper. There's chicken wire up over the windows, so if I have the windows open, the cats don't get out. And I've got boxes piled behind me. So that's why I use virtual background, because I think it looks better. And here's Teddy laying next to me. He had to get another cap action tablet earlier today. Him and his sister up here, Domino, they seem to be the two getting the fleas the worst. Domino's had 2 cap action. Her fleas aren't real bad, but she's got some fleas on her. And Teddy's actually had 3. Fleas were pretty good on him this morning, so gave him another one, and it took care of him. Oh, that's nice, Wanda. I'm probably going to try lobster someday. I've had food that's had lobster in it. Forgot what it was now. And it was good. There was nothing there I didn't like, so I think I wouldn't like lobster. My coffee's almost gone. No, it is gone. Oh, no wonder it's gone. I've been on here over an hour and a half. I didn't realize it'd been on that long. Does anyone have any questions for me? Or anything else you want me to talk about? Have a good night, J&B. I don't blame you, Judy. If you had a hot tub, there you go. I don't have any neighbors, Judy. Can't say that because there is some people a ways down the road. But the only close neighbors I'm going to have once I get there is Gary and Mary will be my neighbors for a very short period of time. And they may end up getting moved before I get over there, too. But I'm glad there's no one real close by. How you doing, Teddy? So no one's got any questions for me or anything else you want me to talk about? The Mike is about a mile away. So he's actually a neighbor, but not real close. I just don't like having people so close that you can see the house, or if you sneeze, they say bless you. That's too close. I'm going to Blue Mountain Lake. No, you didn't miss it, Texas Homegrown Girl, because I don't know yet. Just still has some more stuff to move out, which I think is going to be happening this week. And then the floors have to be fixed, and then I've got to get stuff moved in the house, get stuff from here moved over, get the fencing up for the chickens and my dog. So it's gonna be a while. Not an awful long time, but it should be sometime in June. No, I don't have PT tomorrow. They cut me back to once a week, so I go on Thursday now. 8 o'clock every Thursday morning. I'm actually going to look up here how far it is to Mike's house. It's 9/10 of a mile. Oh, I wish you could make it, Wanda. Maybe someday. Yep. Give you something to look forward to. I'll probably, depending on the weather, I'll probably go over there tomorrow and do some measuring and see what I can figure out for a perimeter fence. And then just being able to buy the fences is going to be the next thing. But at least I can figure out what I'm going to need and see what I can do. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Texas Homegrown Girl. It's rough traveling when you're healing up. I know from experience. I almost completely disappeared there. There, now I don't disappear as bad. Now I'm so far away I can't see the cat. I haven't seen Jeff in a while. It's probably been 3 or 4 months since I've seen him. He's going to be one of the main speakers there. Hello, Bobby. I thought you had enough chickens, Judy. Thank you, DJ. I think it will be a good meetup. Yep, that's right, Judy. You're not supposed to have any fleas on you, Teddy. Until you get a flea crawling across his forehead. I got it. You only gave him that pill maybe 6 hours ago. I think it was about 1 o'clock. So it probably hasn't killed all the fleas yet. Yeah, you get Jeff going on chickens. He could talk all day on that. Oh, Bobby, since you just came in, I'll just recap for you and for anyone else that might have just come in. I went over my house and did some measuring on the porch. Got a plan for the catio now. And I measured the chicken coop. I'm going to be able to easily put 3 flocks in there. And then I'm going to use the enclosed run that I'm currently using. I'm going to use that for my younger birds. So I got a plan to get set up for all the chickens right now. And then as time goes on, then I'm going to have to get set up for at least 6 flocks of chickens. So I'm going to have 5 breeding flocks, and then at least 1 pet flock. But I'm not sure if I'm going to put Earl and EJ in together. So I might have to separate them. Yep, next month I should be in there, Wanda. I think that's a safe bet. And Ideal Poultry replaced the 6 chicks that died last week, but they have a minimum of 8 to ship. So I bought 2 more Buff Orpingtons, and this week only 1 of them died, and it was one of the Buff Orpingtons, and I ordered 2 extra, so I still got the number of Buff Orpingtons that I want. And assuming I don't have any more problems, which I'm not foreseeing any problems, now I should have all the chickens I'm going to need to get going on 5 different breeds in the spring. Well, late winter. Yes, I plan on going to the meetup all 3 days, Bobby. Not spending the night. I'll be coming home. But I plan on going Friday for dinner and the meet and greet and stuff. And then be there all day Saturday. And then I plan on going, I know Sunday's just the breakfast, but I plan on going back for the breakfast. So I should be there all 3 days. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Julie. Well, I was thinking about calling it a night. Now more people coming in, so I guess I got to keep this going for a while. Yeah, I'm hoping to meet a few more people, Wanda. I've met quite a few of them. There's a few I haven't met yet. And I'm looking forward to seeing some of the people that I've already met that's supposed to be there. Some that was at 10 Keller. And some that weren't there. That's one thing about hitting as many meetups as you can. Then if someone makes one meetup, not another, you got more chance to meet more people. Well, hopefully, Judy. That would be good if you could. I'll have to check, Judy. Maybe I can give you 4 more. I'm not sure if I'm subscribed to you on my other channels or not. If not, I will be shortly. That's the thing. A lot of times I go check, I don't think I'm subscribed to someone on my other channels, and I actually am. Oh, I'm not. So there's one. Two. I'll get you a little bit closer. Yeah, I've got 5 channels altogether, Jennifer. There's the original channel that I was using before I started YouTube. And then I've got 3 other channels I don't have any content on yet that I will be soon. So right now, I'm just helping people out when they're getting close to a milestone. I'm subscribing to them on my other channels. Okay, one more, Judy. Then I'm out of channels. We should be at 458 now. And I have to see what I missed in chat while I was doing that. Thank you, Lynn. Actually, I had a plain gray shirt on today. Just for the live, I changed into this one. Hello, Austin. I'm doing pretty good. I'll see if I'm sub to you on my other channels too, Bobby. I'm not going to take the time to do that because that took me too long to do that. Yeah, I've got a channel that's going to be just chickens. One could be just cats, and one's going to be just dogs. So it's Old Man King Cats, Old Man King Chickens, Old Man King Dogs. And I'll be letting everyone know about that when I start getting content on those channels. Right now, there's just one video. Actually, the dog channel, I don't think it's got anything on it. But the chicken channel and cat channel just got one video that I put on there because Gary, Beltloop 29, YouTube Police, he's got a lot of other channels too. He was doing an experiment, but he wanted channels with at least one video on them. So I put a video on them so he could use my channels in his experiment. Pettigene River is Bobby. Pettigene River Homestead and Blue Mountain Outdoors. They're both Bobby's channels. Hello, New York Farms. You think that's a good thing, Bobby? You really want your mom to find out the kind of friends you have? Yeah, thank you to everyone that's subbing to each other on here. Yeah, that's fine, New York Farms. Welcome back, Bowen. That dog man's a crazy guy. He's a good guy, but he's crazy. That's going to be a job, Brett. Mike has said more than once that he'll never go to a meetup. You know what we need to do? A bunch of us need to get together sometime, bring some food, and go to Dogman's house and have a party. There you go, Brett. Hey there. Almost want to grab another chick out of here, but they're settling down for the night now. Yeah, you're probably right, Wanda. Does anyone else have any questions for me? Hello, dog man. He knew that, Judy. He's been watching the whole thing. Yeah, we know you've been here the whole time, just haven't been commenting. Well, I was out a couple times, Wanda. Let me see. I'm going to try to tell you what days it was, because can't remember. But there was one day I had to do a little shopping in town. Stopped at the post office, picked my packages up. And then I stopped over at my house and did some measuring. And then Thursday, I had physical therapy. And then my chicks ended up not coming in Thursday, which I was half expecting them not to. They didn't come in until Friday. So then Friday, had to go pick chicks up. And then, of course, yesterday, I had to go to the breakfast buffet. I do that every Saturday. So it was kind of an active week. A good point there, Mike. You got that nice brand new grill. So, party at Mike's house. Yeah, that sounds good, Wanda. Well, I'm out of stuff to talk about. Hey, Mike, if 50 of us show up at your house, you're not going to shoot all of us, are you? I don't think so. Yep, I've been saying my house, but just had to get Jeff out of my house. But hopefully, he'll get the rest of his stuff moved this week. I hope everything goes good so he can do that. Not only because I want to start getting going on the house, but also because I want him to get all his stuff moved and have everything up there that he needs and stuff. Yeah, I got plans for that, Mike. Yeah, when I start putting videos on those other channels, then I'm gonna start advertising them. Yeah, I'll get him to autograph something. Yeah, that would have been ideal if it went to a storage unit, but wasn't planning on it being that long for one thing. And I didn't know how much stuff there was going to be either. Thought it was going to fit in the shed. But I think it's about time to call it a night. I've been on here 2 hours and 10 minutes now. And I'm out of stuff to talk about now. But thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. Have another live Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Have a good night, everyone. That notification would get off from there. Okay, Bobby. Okay, have a good night.